Welcome to Everyday Cooking with Ann. Today we're going to be making one of my favorite and my children's favorite dishes that we have been making for years. We're going to be making fried rice that goes with it as well, and also an amazing sweet and sour sauce to go along with it to dip it in. Now we're going to make our fried rice that goes with our wontons and sweet and sour sauce. Now we're making this as a meal, so that's why we're adding the fried rice. But you can use the wontons and sweet and sour as an hors d'oeuvre as well and serve that separately. But we like it for dinner. So here we go. We are going to go ahead. I'm going to show you. I've got some just a high-sided fry pan. Putting some oil in here, and I've got it on about medium-high heat. Actually, I want it pretty hot, and it's warming up right now. I've gone ahead and already made some rice in my rice cooker. Now I have basmati rice, but long grain rice works very well as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put that right in here. And you really actually want cold rice. So you need to have, if you have leftover rice, fried rice is a perfect thing to serve. If you don't and you want to make it ahead of time like I've done, you can do that as well. So I want this to get nice and hot and to start frying in the oil a little bit. So I'm going to wait for this to start sizzling a little bit. Let my rice sit here on about a medium-high in oil, kind of frying on one side, and now I'm just going to kind of turn it around a little bit. You can see it's colored up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead at this point and add a little bit of about a teaspoon of salt. You don't have to add too much because you're going to be adding soy salt, which is rather salty already, but a little bit of pepper. I had a whole bunch of onions. Half of them I put in the wontons, and the other half I'm putting into flavor and give a little color to our fried rice. Now I'm keeping it still on pretty much medium-high heat, so it continues to fry up and get a little bit crispier. I'm also going to add, because this just adds a little bit more to your dish, is I like to add some peas. This just makes it more of a vegetable side dish rather than a rice side dish. You can leave that out if you like, if you just want to have the green onion, but I like the peas, and it adds more color and flavor and nutrition. So I'm keeping this still on pretty high heat. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little well in the middle of the pan right here, and I'm going to put some butter in here. I'm going to melt the butter. Maybe a tablespoon, maybe not as much as I did, but I love butter. So butter and rice goes great together. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm going to crack 3 eggs. Into the middle. And just let them fry up a little bit here. Maybe put a little bit of salt and pepper on them. Basically what you're going to have here is scrambled eggs and rice. Keep that right on a high heat in here. You can do this in a wok as well if you want to be really authentic, but fry pan works just as good. And you want to crack these eggs and start scrambling them. Okay, now you're going to want to take the rice and mix it in with these eggs. You don't want to overcook the eggs, but then again, you don't want them undone either. So they're looking pretty about perfect right now. Okay, and the last ingredient you want to do add is about a couple of tablespoons of soy sauce. This gives it the nice brown color that we love so much on fried rice. Mix that in. See, this took all of about 5 minutes to make this rice. Of course, you need to make the rice ahead of time or use leftover rice that you don't want to throw away. This is a perfect side dish to make with almost any meal. It doesn't have to be for Chinese food either. It can be for any side dish that you would like a rice dish with leftover rice. Okay, there we go, and we're going to plate this with our wontons in just a moment. We're ready to serve our wontons. We have the meatball wontons that had meat with the hot sausage, and then we also have the cheesy wontons. You can see what those are too. They're very nice. And these are all fried up just beautiful and golden. This is our sweet and sour sauce. You can add some of this to your rice. I highly suggest, if you're feeding a crowd, to double your recipe on the sweet and sour sauce. I want you to make sure that you watch the next video. It is going to be Chinese chicken salad that you'll love too. It has lots of flavors in the dressing. It's one of my best recipes yet.